how to increase organic matters in your soil. We said that is crucial, right? Importante. It's crucial to increase organic matters in the soil. Am I right? Agree kayo?
Yes, sir.
So how do you increase it? So number one, do the right agricultural practices. Now, how do you do the right agricultural practices? Very simple. Do not burn. Do not throw away waste. Return it back to your soil. That's number one. Again, do the right agricultural practices. How do you do that? Do not burn. Do not throw away the waste in your farm. If you can bring from outside waste and bring it to your farm faster, you are going to increase the organic matters in your farm faster. Now, if you said, sir, the one from outside, we don't know if they apply chemical or not. Initially, that's not your concern. Your concern initially is to increase organic matters. Let the microbes take care of the cleansing. Understood? Let the organic matters take care of the cleansing. That's why the crucial point initially is to drench microbes 5 times. That's how you are going to cleanse your soil. Klaro na ba? Okay, so first is return back organic matters to the soil. Second, stop soil erosion. Stop soil erosion. If you keep on putting organic matters into your soil, but you didn't stop soil erosion, just one huge rain that comes in will wash out all your topsoil, which is your organic matters. So it's useless to keep on doing organic matters and you don't stop soil erosion. You will always return to level 1. You will never increase to level 2 if you don't stop soil erosion. Even you said your field is plain, there is minimal soil erosion, but still there is soil erosion. So as much as possible, try to eliminate soil erosion. So you will know how big an amount soil erosion is happening in your farm when it rains. Now, this Friday, Chirai will teach you, if you are slope, how to control soil erosion by teaching you the salt farming.
Salt technology.
Slope agricultural land technology. Salt, asin.
Asin.
Salt, slope agricultural land technology. So she'll teach you how to control soil erosion when you are in a hilly land. Okay?
Complain.
Ang imo kay naaman sa along the banks. Magtanong kay
So especially when you want to eradicate grasses, then your soil erosion will be more. But if you let the grasses grow, soil erosion will be less. Simple as that. Am I right?
Yes.
So do not try to look into your mind, I have to take out the grass, I have to take out the grass. Now listen. You said grass is a competitors of nutrients of your plants. Now, if you're planting fruit trees, it will not be a competitor. Why? Because the roots of the trees are deep. The roots of the grass are shallow. So So it's not a competitors. But if you're planting like banana, like vegetables,
Vegetable.
like pupus or papaya, these are shallow roots. Then they will be competitors. But, again, if the soil is fertile, will they be competitors?
No.
No, because there's too much food to eat in the soil. So they will never be a competitor to your plants when your soil is fertile. That's why you need to fertile your soil. Second, they will never be a competitors to your plants because your plants initially is not getting nutrients from the soil. They are getting nutrients from the
Foliar.
foliar spray that I'm going to teach you. See? So grass is not a competitor to your soil. With this technology, you need grass. Now, to teach you about grass, I'm going to show you this. Come on, guys. Come on. Just stay there. Here. Okay. Look at this area. Many type of grasses, right? Look at that area, one kind. On the other side. One kind only. Am I right? You want to take a look on the other side? No need. It's one kind. This one, many kinds. This is the right directions that you want to go. Why? Why? Because grasses, there are some legumes and non-legumes. What is legumes? Legumes are the plants that do not eat fertility of the soil. They give fertility to the soil. Ang non-legumes, they eat fertility of the soil. So when there is legumes and non-legumes, it balances the soil. It's not a competitors. How do you know that is legumes and non-legumes? Very simple. The legumes mostly are those crawling. Mostly.
Crawling.
And you will immediately identify it by the... No. First is the flower. The flower is like orchids. Look at this flower. It's like orchids.
Yeah.
This plants is legumes. But if their flowers is just this one, not orchids, this is non-legumes. Second indication of legumes, their fruits is pods. The fruit is pods. Like peanut, like beans, may pods. If they have pods, they are legumes. If their fruits are pods, they are legumes. If their fruits have no pods, they are non-legumes. These are indications where you can see. But the third one you cannot see is in the roots. In the roots, if there are nodules, then they are legumes. But you cannot see it. If you saw it, then the plant is dead because you pull it out. If you want to see, just simple. They are orchids and they have pods. That's it. That's legumes. So you could see in this area there's legumes, there's non-legumes. So it balances. It's not just one kind of grass. On the other side, it's just this kind of grass. So it means that other side, the soil is a little bit not good. This one, the soil is healing itself already. So if you see grasses, different kinds, different types, it means the soil is hilly. But if it's only one kind of grass, then the soil is a little bit dead.
How do you introduce different grass?
They will just grow.
By itself?
You introduce genes.
Oh.
You introduce microbes. Microbes will take care of it.
Okay.
See? How simple it is. Look at this. This is the right, not only one kind of grass that you see, diverse. This is nature. This is the real nature. Diversity. But if you have one grass, it means the soil is dead. Especially when you have kugong grass. Kugong grass is automatically a dead soil.
Kugong grass. So there's many kugong grass there in Agusan Lutso.
Yes.
How about bugang, sir?
It's a dead soil.
Ang bugang,
Kung naghibugang, dead soil na siya.
parang tubo. Parang tubo. Pero
Yeah, again, when it's just one kind of grass growing, it means the soil is not good. So that's how you distinguish your soil. If your soil is healing, you will see diversity. But if your soil is dead, you will only see one kind. Clear? Understood? Even trees, there is legumes, there is non-legumes. Ipil is a
Legume.
legumes.
Patata,
Madre cacao is a
Legume.
legumes.
Yung patata, sir.
Hindi ko pa nakikita ang bulaklak ng palkata. Tanawa, yung bulaklak niya, kung like
Mayroong
orchids.
buds siya.
Oh, then it's legumes.
At sa kaniyang roots mayroong mga
Bilog-bilog. So, that's how you identify it. A lot of forests are legumes. Nara is legumes. Ipil-ipil is legumes. Kaya you could see in the forest, the soil is fertile. The soil is fertile in the forest.
No need fertilizer.
Because there are a lot of legumes trees in the forest. See? So you have to develop the farm. So you can plant a lot of shrubs, legume shrubs, that will bring fertility to your soil. In the boundary, Hamud, when we were coming in, he said, he saw some shrubs that are in the boundary. What kind of shrub is that? I said, Madre cacao. That's a good way to do your boundary. Plant Madre cacao. And all the leaves, if you chop it, you throw it in your soil, they becomes fertilizer. That's how you improve the soil condition of your farm. Don't be afraid to plant. Don't be afraid to plant.
Yung mani-mani, sir, what's
Yes.
the English term of that, sir?
Arachis pinto.
Oh, Arachis pinto, it's good. It is nitrogenous plants. Arachis pinto, yung mani-mani.
Yeah.
Kana.
So they are just growing and they are nitrogen fixer.
What is that?
It's Australian peanut. They don't grow peanut, they are like the peanut, they grow like the peanut, the design is like the peanut.
Okay.
The leaves is like the peanut, but they don't have peanuts. So they are legumes, they just are like grass, they can grow, and they can control grass growing.
Oh.
Now listen, when your soil is getting fertile, you will see those grasses that are an indication that your soil is dead. They will die down. They will die down. Kukunti na lang sila. They will not be the major one. When your soil is getting better, they will die down. You don't need to teach the nature how to functions. They will function according to the principle that God gave to nature. That's why do nothing farming is right. That's why if you buy the book, you will understand all what Fukuoka was talking about. Letting nature heal itself. Letting nature take care of itself. They know how to do it. They don't need you to do it. They will do it themselves. Sila ang nag-aayos niyan. Hindi kailangan tao mag-ayos. Look at this area, full of greenish. And look at the plants. Are they weak? Are they weak? Look at the leaves.
No. They're green. Leaves.
See? There are many grass, but look at the plants. That's why nature knows how to take care of itself. But if you destroy the vegetation, then you will have problems. Now, many vegetable farmers always like their place clean, no grasses, right?
Yes.
Right? But Friday, if we go to the farm of the lady, you will see a lot of grass in his vegetable farm. You know what she said? I'm using the grass to be my fertilizer. See? Tayo, we don't like the grasses. When your mind is changed, then you will love the grasses. You need them. You need them. They balances the ecosystem.
Mag-aaway ng lagbot.
Sir, that Arachis pintoy is a good source of poultry feeds and goat, no?
Yes, it can be for feeds,
For feeds.
because it's protein. Any leguminous crops are protein rich. But listen, not all protein rich can be fed to the animals.
Animals, yeah.
Because when their protein is very, very high, they becomes toxic.
Na-
So not all protein-rich plants are good for food.
livestock.
So depend on the volume ng protein.
Like the epil leaves. I-control natin yun dahil may substance na makatoxic. Kung mas malaki
The native
na-
one.
The native one.
Yeah, but the
Mas may musi.
giant ipil-ipil or acid ipil-ipil, they are good.
They are good.
Okay? So it all depends. You have to learn, you have to understand. The more you understand, the more you know how to do it. Okay? So grass should not be a problem. You just need to develop the soil with the microbes, and the microbes will take care of the soil and everything that is on the soil. Klaro ba? Okay. Now, I will show you this. Now, if you drench your soil 5 times, what will happen? What are you going to see? You will see that your soil will be like snow. There will be white spot coming out. Like this one. A lot of white. So it? Maraming puti-puti ba?
Sa mundong gana ng may putik-putik. Katong
Molds.
molds.
Tama.
Lahi po na ka ng
Microbes.
Malagi sagbot siya. Mamatay siya pag-spray.
No. The cultivator. So if you keep on drenching 5 times, this is what is going to happen.
Mold na, white molds na, sir.
So it means, wow, your microbes is really building up.
So this is only the first time, right? I mean, the first, do it 5 times once and that's it.
No, I said 5 times. You have to do it 5 times.
5 times, but you do it only once.
Yeah, you do it only once, and you can repeat it according if something is wrong. Then you will know. Once in a while, you can add to your JLF and spray it on the soil. Once in a while. Okay?
So we have to make GLF always, do.
Hindi man, depende man kung what is your program. You have to know your program first. Then you do the fertilizer that is needed according to your program. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, let me teach you this. This is in Korea. Now, I'm not asking you to follow everything that the Korean did. I'm just going to teach you why they do this. We have other way of doing it. Okay. Now,
What kind of plant, sir?
this is an agriculture net. So this is a tunnel vent net. Yung agricultural net, yung butas-butas. Net ba? Net. Now, ang sulod nito, the inside of this, they plant squash seeds. Squash. Kalabasa. They plant squash seed inside. Seeds. Now, they plant squash seeds, they plant grass. You see, you want to kill grass, they are planting grass. They plant grass. Squash, squash, squash. In between, grass, grass, grass. Okay? Now, when the seed sprout, germinate, sprout, and started to go out, what they do, they put up the net halfway. They do not take out the net immediately. They put the net halfway so that the plants will be used to direct sunlight. Because if you take it immediately out, immediately the plants will be shocked from the direct sunlight. Stress. Okay? So halfway to get, for the plants to get used to the sunlight. Clear? Okay. Now, by this time, the grass grows tall already, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, by this time, what they do, they grass cut it, they grass cut the grass, and they mulch it. So, they cut all the grass, and they mulch it. Klaro ba?
What's the process of mulching, sir? Yung mulching, what's the,
The grass that they cut, they just
they place it there.
there. That is mulching, right?
Mulching na. What
Yes.
kind of grass that one, sir? Star grass?
Grass.
Parang star grass, sir, yung feed sa ano, sa kanding, sa goat.
Napier?
Na star grass.
Okay? Any kind of grass. Just an ordinary grass. Okay? Cut it, mulch it. So they grass cut everything and mulch it. So by this time, the squash vine would start going. Now what they do, the directions of the vine, all the directions is one direction. One direction. They don't let it do it this way, but everything is this direction. The other side of the kalabasa also one direction. Okay. So when the squash vine started to penetrate this grass cut mulching, the grass is already dry.
Dried.
Clear?
Yes.
See?
Yes. Squash.
This is how they do it. So the fruits of the squash is not directly penetrating the soil, but they are on top of the dry grass. Okay? Now, why do they plant grass? Okay. In Korea, almost the land, they don't have soil. Again. In Korea, almost the land, they don't have soil. Why? Because the soil had been eroded for a long time. So they need to build up the soil. So how do you build up the soil?
Organic matter.
Organic matters. So they just plant grass to increase the organic matters.
Plant grasses. It's good also, sir, that we plant mungo or peanut.
Yeah.
So once we harvested it, so we mulch that one. In
No
the area.
problem. It's just giving you an idea. Here, you cannot plant mungo, you cannot plant, because you are planting squash.
Kalabasa. Squash.
Because it will destroy the mungo and everything when the vines start crawling inside. See?
We have to harvest
So they
first
plant grass
the peanut.
so that organic matters will build up, so that there will be soil in their lands. So after this, after the harvest of the squash, the vine, they cut it and throw the vine on the beddings where they planted it, so that the vine becomes organic matters to the beddings. Now, the next time around that they want to plant squash, they don't plant it there already. They plant it in between these two rows. In between. So then let these beddings rest. You see? You see?
Yes, sir.
So they put up these beddings again to plant kalabasa.
Kalabasa. It's another technology.
So the grass, when they put up the beddings, the grass will mix with the soil. Understood?
They don't do tilling, eh? No tilling.
No, they do tilling initially because they don't have soil. So they need to build it up. So they have to mix up the grass with the soil. But in the long term, they don't need to do tilling already. Now, even if you're doing drenching 5 times, the tilling that you need to do, if it's vegetable, if you're doing vegetable, that the plot that you raise beds for your vegetables, when you do the drenching of 5 times, after you harvest what is planted there, the next time that you want to plant, you just, the topsoil, you just add some manure and mix it with the soil and just drench 1 GMS. That's it. Just once. For the microbes to eat on the manure. That's how to replace the nutrients. Initially, that's how you do it because your soil is not yet recovered. But if your soil had been recovered, then you don't need to do anything. Okay, now planting trees. I will teach you how to plant trees. planting trees. Can I have 4 guys in front?
4 guys, volunteer, do.
Pwedeng babae, pwedeng lalaki. Come on.
Contact daw.
Sige. Lalaki
4.
4.
Stop it.
Oh, dalaga, ikaw ang flowers
Oh,
among the
dalaga.
thorns.
Flower girl.
Oh, make a quadrado and far. Diyan ka. Okay ka na. Diyan ka, dito. Diyan ka. Kabilang. Okay.
Ito po.
Doon ka. Oh, doon ka. Usually, when you plant trees, you do it this way, right?
Yes.
We call this quadrado or square. Right?
Yes.
Depende sa
Right?
filter.
Right.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
This is the system of planting trees. Okay? Fruit trees, even banana, even papaya, even vegetables. It's always square. If it's square, look, when it rains, the water will just go directly. Am I right?
Yes.
The water that comes through straight.
Nakasto nga.
Am I right?
Yes.
So when the soil go this way, what do they bring?
Tapos,
The topsoil,
topsoil. Eroded.
which is fertile soil. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, why plant square? When you can plant sa gitna ka. Doon ka sa kabila. See? So you can plant this way. The triangle.
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 Uh,
That's the best way because there is a blockage. So the soil erosion will be less.
So he's out.
No.
Yeah.
That's the
Murag anak
Next
siya,
plants.
tanong niya.
Oh, it's a replica.
yeah. Then another plant here. Then another plant there. It's always triangle.
Triangle.
In Mindanao we call it quincam.
Cuenca.
ah,
Now, if you do it this way, there is somewhat a blockage. So less soil erosion. Is it not? Is it not?
Yes.
Less. Even though there is still soil erosion, but it is less. You reduce. Now, then when you plant something here, with also triangle, the more you are going to block soil erosion. Am I right?
Yes.
For example, coconut. These are coconut. The distance of coconut is 10 by 10 meters. Right?
yes.
Then, in between these two lines, this is the directions of the water. And here, you plant cacao
Cacao or fruit trees.
or banana. And you do the triangle also, which is nearer. When you do cacao, they are planted nearer, 3 by 3 or 3 by 4, depende sa'yo. Then you are going to see that the more there is blockage in soil erosion. Because if you don't block soil erosion, you will have a headache, whatever. Clear?
Clear.
So this is the right system of planting. Either mango, either whichever. Triangle is the best.
What's the distance for mango? Distance.
Huh?
Distance for mango.
Mango, thank you very much. In the Philippines, when I was young, when I was a child, they teach you 5 by 5. When I become teenager, they teach you 8 by 8. When I becomes graduate from college, they teach you 10 by 10. Right now, they teach you 20 by 20.
Malayo na sila, 20 by 20.
Now, listen. Because you have to prepare for 50 years.
For 50 years.
Because when you plant it so closely, when it comes to around 30, 40 years, you will see that their canopy will overlap. When their canopy overlap, then you will have problems already. That's why they teach you 20 by 20. Now, you will say, sir, 20 by 20, I'll be losing a lot of money. No! The in-between, you plant something.
Plant fruit trees or...
No. You don't plant trees that can grow big with the mango. You can plant corn, you can plant banana, you can plant papaya. Those short plants, not high plants. If you do high, it's the same as you do 10 by 10.
Yung lansones, sir, pwede na siguro kayo.
Yes, because they are straight.
Oh,
They are
straight
straight.
naman.
So it all depends.
Oh,
Clear?
clear. Ang problema, sir, kung ang agriculturist ay walang yuta, mag-purchase pa. Kasi milyon na ang ano yun ngayon. It's a high cost of purchasing yuta. Land.
Listen, you can rent.
Oo, lease
You
or
can
rent.
do rent
Oo.
first.
Yeah.
Earn from it.
Oo.
Then as you earn, you can buy.
You can buy.
And what preparation do you have to do for the planting of trees?
Okay?
Preparation for planting of trees.
Okay. It's all depend upon you if you want to do the grafting or no grafting. In natural farming, it doesn't matter. They will say, grafting, less life, seeds, original seeds, longer life. Grafting, faster blooming, non-grafting, longer blooming. So it's up to you. Now, in natural farming, we are not concerned about it. Either grafted or no graft is all good for us. Because what we are doing here is to give nutrients to the plants. If we give good nutrients to plants, they will
Grow.
bloom even in younger stage. Must shorten ang time for them to bloom. No problem.
So if, for example, I want to plant coconuts,
Yeah,
I know that the space is 10 by 10.
10 by 10.
Yes.
Triangle.
How do I prepare the land, and how do I, in terms of?
Not so much. You just do the ground weeding where you want to plant the plants. Okay, you do the seedling first. Once it germinate already. For fruit trees, probably in 2 months, 3 months, you can transplant it already. So depends on the kind of fruit.
Don't you have to do the first to put the seedling treatment, and then?
Better to seedling it first.
Okay.
So that you can give a lot of nutrients to it, so that they becomes healthy, and before transplant.
So how do you do the seedling treatment for the coconut?
We will go later on the whole application.
Okay. All right.
You will know the whole application.
Oh.
Okay? Any question? Later on.
All right.
Okay.
So what's the climate in Kenya, sir? May summer?
Like this.
Like here in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Oh.
They are in the equator also,
Oh.
like us.
So okay pala ang coconut doon. Yung mga trees.
Harvest.
Okay? Now, so this is in natural farming. In natural farming, they teach you how to produce fertilizer. In Jeddah, they don't teach you how to produce fertilizer. Basal fertilizer. Basal. Okay? Later on, I'll touch on that. Okay? Now, let's go to doing vegetables. A while ago, I'm teaching you trees. Now, right now, I'll teach you vegetables. Now, in vegetables, vertical pen. Whiteboard. Okay. In vegetable, let's talk first about the beddings. The beddings that you want to set up. Okay? The bedding suggestion, the width, maximum 1 meter. The width. Don't go further than 1 meter. Okay? Because if it's too wide, the width, if you're on this side, you cannot touch the middle. If you're on the other side, you cannot touch the middle. You cannot work on the middle areas. So you lose space. So 1 meter is good enough. Okay? The length of the beddings, don't do very long length, like 20 meters or more. Don't do that. Why? If you're in the middle of that length, and you want to go to the other side, you have to walk so long a distance to go to the other side, unless you want to jump. If you jump, you lose your jumping, and you put your foot on the beddings. The beddings will be hard again.
Destroying the ecosystem.
Yeah. See? So don't have it too long. A maximum I suggest is 10 meters. But I only do 5 to 8 meters.
Pero okay lang hapon 10 meters maximum.
Yeah, but I'll do the 5 to 8 meters.
Gusto ito nga ako mga 20 ganito. Wala ko ito nakita ni Mang kalayo sa paglibot.
Why you do 5 to 8 meters?
Easy to manage.
Not 10 meters.
Easy to manage, and I will put section on it.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
So if you do 5 meters, the actual bedding will
5
be...
to 8 meters.
Okay, so let's say if it's 5 meters. So it would be 5 meters by 1 meter.
Yes.
And then it's just 5 meters, and then there is a path, and then another bed.
Yes.
Okay.
The path is
Now, the 5 meters will always be if there is the last space. Regular is around 8 meters.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the orientation of the beddings.
He was asking a question, I think. The
The
footpath, the path, what will it...
what?
Oh, depending. Come here.
Okay.
Okay. The orientation of the beddings. For example, this is the beddings. Look here. This is 1 meter. This is, let's say, 5 meters. This is the beddings. The orientation should be like this. East-west. East-west.
East-west.
Not east-west, this direction.
Okay.
Why? Because vegetable need
Sun.
full sun. They don't like semi-shaded. So it means the whole vegetable area should be somewhat that there is no trees.
Open yan.
It should be open space. But if there are trees, you can see that those shaded portion on that trees, the plants
Are
smaller.
yes.
See?
Yes.
So it's good in an area, no trees. For vegetable.
Vegetables, it's open.
Now, Okay. What you do, you divide sections on your vegetable plants. For example, this is section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. You can have section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5, tapos row 1, row 2, section 1, section 3, section 4, 3, 4, 5. Row 3, section 1, you make record.
In what purpose, sir?
Later on. Okay? So every section there is a record. The record will says what are planted there and what did you do with those area. If you put fertilizer, it's recorded when did you put the fertilizer. If you do the foliar spray, you indicate the date that you put the foliar spray and what kind of foliar you put in there. So it's all recorded. Okay? Now per sections can have 4 plots or even 5 plots or 6 plots or 10 plots depending upon you. I just make it 4, 4, 4. Clear?
Clear.
Now, everything is recorded. And you always look at the records. Okay? So when you are away, and the farm in charge call you, Sir, we had a problem in plot 001. Oh, you know already what's there. See? Especially when you are always liaison officer. Layas ng layas. Our local dialect, Hamud, liaison officer, no? Liaison. Our word layas means always going out. We said layas officer, always going out. Now, so in between there's walkway. No, it all depends upon you how big you want the walkway to be, depending on how many plots you have for every section. Okay. Now this is permaculture. I'm teaching you a little of permaculture, designing the farm. Okay. Okay. Now you can have row 1, row 2, row 3, tapos row 1, 001, or 002, or row 1, 002, then row 2, 001, 002, or whatever. You do it yourself. You can do 001, 002 without the row, 003, 004, 005. It's up to you. No? You design first your land, your farm. Now, again, this is east, this is west. Right? Right?
Right.
Okay. Now, 8 meters away, 8 meters away from this last top flats, 8 meters away, this area, you plant forest trees.
So that will be the boundary of the vegetable, right? Or
No, it's still your land.
yeah, but it will be, let's say, so 8 meters. If I have another vegetable garden there, I have to plant after 8
No,
meters.
you can have all this vegetable garden.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, the boundary of your land, you
No,
8
plant
meters away do from the plot.
8 meters away from that top
that
flat,
top flat.
8 meters away, here you
Pwede
plant
mo
forest.
tanan og
Then, 5 meters away from this, so it means the forest is around 5 meters. Or even 3 meters, it's up to you. Okay. Then 5 meters away, this part, you can plant fruit trees. Fruit trees. Mga mangga, mga rambutan, mangosteen, pomelo, whatever you want. Okay? On that part. Okay?
So after 8 meters, then you go 5 meters and then plant fruit trees. Okay.
So the 5 meters or 3 meters can be of forest trees. Okay? Now, just follow me and later on I'll tell you why. What's the reason behind.
So the
But
8 meters from
sir,
the...
question, but the topography of the soil is plain. That area is
Yes,
plain.
yes.
Um,
Now, this part can be
forest
mountainous.
trees,
This part can be mountainous. This part
this
plain.
part will be plain.
Yes.
But if that area are all plains, can you advise to plant forest trees 8 meters away from the plants?
And later on you'll know why.
So the 8 meters from your beds, bakante gid siya.
No, you can plant other crops. Like for example, you can plant banana, you can plant papaya. Anyway, they will not shade your vegetable because they are low.
Wala na.
And what type of forest? What type of trees in the forest?
Any kind of indigenous forest trees that you can plant. Diversity is the key. You can plant even your bamboos there.
Ang akong farm ko dito nanadaan sa boundary, kay boundary naman ang kuan. Nagplat ko, pinataas lagi unya. Sa boundary naanay saging unya palkata. So ang plat nako, giabot gid nako dito sa kuan walay 8 meters nga distance from the...
So there will be a big shaded area when the palkata grow very tall.
Oh, mashidan
So
do.
may palkata now is
Are still very small.
Pero
So
mutaas
no
man-
problem.
no problem.
But
From
when
now,
it's
from
3
now.
years from now,
Yeah.
Shady
you will
area
have
na.
problems already on your vegetable. You will have a lot of shade.
Sibog na po.
So ang ako siguro nga ngayong haton kay panon osbonon wa pa man ako gito
No,
natangin.
do not change. It's there already. Do not change. Continuous on with your vegetable because anyway your palkata is still very young.
Yeah.
Okay. When your palkata grow older, then that palkata beddings, near the beddings of palkata, then you do not plant, you plant other crops that
Yeah.
can do semi-shaded. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not asking you to take away the palkata. It's a money. Even this forest will be your money venture in the long run. This is for your apos.
Yes.
Sir, if we plant, you said 8 meters away we plant trees. For example, we plant mahogany, lawaan.
Yes.
If we cut that on that, when it already matures, we cut that. But it's illegal, sir. Basig punta, sir, ba? The
No.
government will
If it's from your land, you get permit.
permit from the DENR.
Yeah. You can use it yourself.
For your
For housing, for...
Yes. In the future, you want to build your mansion in the farm because you are already very rich. You have the wood to cut already.
Cut.
See? You have wood already that you can construct on your mansion.
Sure.
See? You have to think long term. Your thinking should be, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. So in the future, if I'm going to build a mansion, I need wood. Oh, see.
In Sibagat, sir, in our farm there, it's an upland. It's a
Rolling.
sloping and rolling area. So my partner planted palkata trees in very high area.
That's true.
Oh, so Ondo and other farmers planted palkata trees there.
Yes.
So mga 10 years after, Ondo will become a millionaire. 5 both lang daw, sir. 5 to 10 years after.
Yeah.
Oh.
But depending on, listen. How many years?
Kalkata?
Years?
10. 8 to 10 years.
Mga
ako,
5
karon,
lang?
Gamay
No.
pa ng 5, sir. Anak pa
Sa
na,
amo, sir, sa
Okay.
NC Magat, ang advisable to harvest yun, ang kalkata is 8 to 10.
Okay, let's say 8 years.
8 years.
Okay, in 1 hectare, how much are you going to earn?
I don't know, sir. Kayo. For 1 hectare, if we plant 1,100 trees, I think for 1 hectare, you can earn 1 million pesos.
See, 1 million, 1 hectare.
Oh.
Okay, now, 8 years divided by how much?
1 million divided by 8.
100,000 a year.
A year? 100 plus.
100,000 a year.
If you plant a lot of fruit trees, etc.
Rolling man kaayo, sir. Anak man,
Yeah,
sir.
if it's rolling, no doubt about it.
Lagi,
You have to
kaayo,
plant
lagi,
trees.
sir. Oh, trees,
Because you
sir.
cannot plant anything else
Oo.
there. It is too rolling,
Too
too
rolling.
stiff.
Oh.
But, again, if you plant falcata and only falcata, after 8 years, you cut everything, you are going to destroy the environment.
You plant another.
If you plant another one, it will take a longer
Another-
time for them to grow, but soil erosion is every time.
Sir, when we cut palkata, it will grow again, sir. Kay there's
The
ang root
palkata,
ng
the
pabiling
roots.
man, sir. O, it will sprout naman, sir.
Okay,
Oh.
no problem. That's
Oh.
So anyway, that's why if your target is just 1 million for 1 hectare for 8 years, that's too small to earn.
So you buy...
Unlike road racer.
No, yeah. But if it's very steep, she's right.
Oh.
No other plants but trees. But again, I will not plant falcata
Alone. If it...
I will
if it's
try to do
steep.
indigenous trees.
Ah,
Plant a lot of
Indigenous
indigenous
trees.
trees.
So
insert
for
lawaan,
example,
mahogany,
Yes, yes.
in your palkata trees.
Yes. Also mulabe, cinnamon,
Ah.
etc. Because these are very expensive trees.
Lagi.
Compare mo falcata alone.
Pero sa pagkakaroon,
Mulabe, you will be harvesting fruits.
mulabi, yes.
Mabolo.
So may
Sir,
mula.
mulabi. Mabulo.
Mulabi nga kahoy,
Sir, mulabi man.
hardwood man na
Hardwood.
siya. Pero sir, kay dakpon man nagita, sir.
No. If it's planted in your farm, you
You
can
will
ask
get
for permit
permit.
to cut it for your use.
Dako gyapon kagbayaran sen.
No.
Kanan kata dako makagbayaran gyapon. Sa dinar.
You just follow the law. If it's in your land, then you will use it in your land. Even barangay will already okay for you.
Pero di lagi ka makakwarta kay gamito naman nimo.
Yun nga. Pero hindi naman lahat magamit. You can sell some.
Dako naman, sir.
Hindi. Locally.
Lagi.
You don't need to bring
Di
it
na
out.
transport.
Many locals will buy your wood eventually because they need wood. Locally.
Locally lang.
Oh,
Saka pwede narin harvest.
Ay, naginoo ko na.
20,
Ay, bigay ng mara, oy.
30. But again, it's not for you, it's for your apo.
Oh, for your children.
100 years.
100 years siguro ang nara. Yan, di siya katako ang lubas. Kaya bukbukon mo. Iyang amay.
Okay?
Tugas.
So again, this below, again, 8 meters also, forest, then 5 meters away, fruit trees. The same. Now, why? Why? Very simple. Typhoon is frequent. Typhoon is frequent.
Yes.
And you don't know when it will strike you.
Yes.
So, with that trees, it's windbreaker. What do we mean by windbreaker? It reduces destructions of typhoon. It will not completely not destroy, but it will have less destruction. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So, typhoon always direction is west. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Hello?
Hello.
Parang kumikibaw ata sir.
Eh, hindi kayo nanonood kay Kuya Kim, no?
Kuya Kim Atienza.
Oo.
Oh. Typhoon always from east going to the west-north. That's the direction of typhoon.
Yes, west.
That's always the direction of typhoon. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now, amihan, abagat.
Oh, kana.
West naman, going to the east.
Yes.
See? So, both directions, you have windbreaker. So you will have less destruction. Clear? Clear? Or you want totally wipe out?
Oh, ayaw po sir. Oh.
See? So, less destruction. Okay? Now, not only that, if your farm design becomes somewhat like this, nice, isn't it?
Nice. Flamingia is a good source of feeds for goat.
Yeah.
Flamingia, nitrogenous plant.
Now,
Good and pig.
if this is somewhat your farm, it look nice, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So, what will happen if this is kind of farm you have? It means,
It will wipe
Healthy,
out.
fertile soil.
it means you don't use chemical already, zero chemical, so what happened? Then beneficial insects will start coming in. What are the beneficial insects?
Good,
No.
good microorganisms. Yung
The bees,
the bees, the grasshopper,
the grasshopper, what else?
the spider.
Spider, yes. What else?
What else?
Dragonfly,
Oo, dragonfly.
mantis,
Butterflies.
bees,
Bees.
Yung answer.
Nalilina oy. Di kayo.
what else? Birds,
Oh, birds.
frogs.
Yeah.
So they will start coming in.
Oh, okay
And
lang.
when there is food, it will increase. When they increase, what happened? They control the...
Insects and
Bad
pests.
ones.
Oh, the bad ones.
So when they control the bad ones, you have less problem. Now, there is another visitor that will visit your farm. This visitor is a good friend of a farmer. It's one the best friend of a farmer.
What is that, sir?
The name is earthworms.
Oh,
Earthworms will visit your farm. And when earthworm visit your farm, he will till your soil. You know how deep they till? 7 meters.
Ama, oh.
They will till your soil 7 meters. It's about 2-story high. Like this one.
It's a big.
No, the house, not this one. Oh yeah, this one, up to there, yes. 7 meters. And without salary, without Medicare, without SSS, without pag-ibig, no overtime pay, no sick leave, no pregnancy leave, no strike. Is he a good friend? Is he a good friend?
Yes.
Yes.
He till your soil libre. 7 meters. My golly, if he till 7 meters, it means this whole soil is very soft. Air goes in and out. Water goes in deep to the ground. So when the water goes in deep to the ground, what happened? In the near future, you are going to have your wells, springs. You will be developing your own water. See? If your area had no water, that's how you can do it. You are going to have water, springs coming out of your farm. Okay. Now, the earthworms also gave one of the best fertilizer.
It rich in protein.
Again, the earthworms also give one of the best fertilizer. And when he want to give you the fertilizer, he will deliver it to you freely. Free delivery. He will go up to the top of the soil and deliver the fertilizer to you on the top of the soil. Free delivery. Good fertilizer, free delivery pa. How can you find a good friend like that? Now, this is the reason why I am against vermiculture in the Philippines. I don't know in Africa. In the Philippines, the DA is teaching the farmers to do vermiculture to produce fertilizer.
Yes, sir, because we are producing composting, sir, from African crawler earthworm. And
Now,
we
listen.
Ano,
I'm against that.
we are against that.
Why? Number one is this. Very simple logic. Number one, logic. If you do vermiculture, you work for the vermi.
Yes.
But if you don't do vermiculture, the earthworms work for you. That's number one. Number two, vermiculture is hard work. Who among you has tried vermiculture?
Sir, in our LGU, we have demonstration farm.
Oh, who directly? You. Isn't it hard work? You get all the waste,
And
put it in your bin.
weedings.
You let the waste turn compost
Decompose.
before you put the earthworms. Every day, you have to check the beddings. If the beddings is over wet or under wet, and you have to put some water
Some
if
water
it's
in
over less wet,
Yes.
isn't it? So after 45 days, you get the top of the soil and you separate it to separate the vermicast.
Yes.
A lot of work.
You mix the vermicast with the compost na, sir.
It's up to you, but if you want to sell the vermicast, you have to
You
separate
have to
it.
separate. If you want to sell the
Because the
separate
compost is just soil conditioner, not fertilizer. The compost below is just soil conditioner.
you have to
The
mix
vermicast on top
Uh-huh.
is the fertilizer.
That's why we have to mix the compost and the vermicast, sir.
So it will not be fertilizer, it will be soil
Conditioner.
conditioner.
But we have to analyze the vermicompost with the vermicast in the laboratory.
Yes.
And it has a complete NPK content, sir.
Over 6.
The Bureau of Soil and Administration sent us the result for our vermicompost fertilizer, and they recommended it for disposal na because they said it's okay according
It's
to the analysis.
okay.
sir.
Yes, I agree. But the MPK is 6 above. Because in the organic law is 6 above.
Siguro sir, kay nag-recommend man sila.
No, even soil conditioner can be recommended to be disposed. No problem. Their concern is just if it's good or not.
Amo naman ito palayason.
Siguro sir, but we have to use the vermicompost in our gardening, sir. And we
Yes.
have to-
Now listen,
Yes.
listen. Like he said, very hard work. And you are working for the Burmese. Right?
Yes.
Oh.
We have a job
Listen.
order there.
Listen. If you use the vermicompost, most of the time, this is what happens. If you throw the vermicompost in the field, you will see a lot of grass grow. Why? Because vermicast is cool, not heat, not thermal. That's why the seeds will not die down. I will teach you a system, thermal. Easier, faster than vermicast, and less work,
Good.
but there is no seeds because the seeds are dead because it's thermal.
Thermal. It's good.
It's good.
And the quality is better than vermicast.
Yes. There are some composting, sir. Another technology for composting using the trichoderma.
Trichoderma is just one microbes. Ours is multiple. Holism, selective, and holism. What do you want? Selective, holism.
So that's why we are here to
Yes.
learn more
Now
about
listen.
composting.
Listen. That's why I'm going to teach you another way of doing fertilizer basal.
Yes.
But either you want to do it or not, it's up to you. Because in Jeddah, we don't need it. Listen?
If we don't need it, then why do it?
Because some people want to do it. You cannot satisfy everyone. It's their own mindset. Oh, we need to do a basal fertilizer because it's traditionally known that you have to put fertilizer on the soil.
Because see, if you have to use fertilizer, and let's say you have 10 hectares,
That's why
Doesn't make
that
sense.
is my next idea I'm going to give them.
Yeah.
This is the reason why the first night when we there, I said sustainable and environmental friendly. Not all organic are environmental friendly. Like yung doing the vermicast, that's not environmental friendly. Why? Why? Because you introduce foreign species, ANC. It's dangerous. We in the Philippines has experienced already past history that affects our agriculture industry, like the golden apple snails.
Alcohol.
Yes. What happened?
They
In the
become-
France, you go to France, you go to the restaurant, you saw the menu, escargot, that's golden apple snail.
Masarap din, sir.
Yes!
Alcohol.
The purpose during Marcos' time that was introduced to the farmers is for food. Because during those time, milk are scarce and very expensive. So children in the poor area cannot drink milk. So they are always putot. What's putot? They are always small, they cannot grow tall.
Like the gold.
Okay? So they introduce alcohol because it's protein. to let the farmers eat of them so that the children will have enough protein for them to grow tall. Yeah, that's the purpose during that time. But what happened? Farmers don't know how to eat kohol. They know how to eat suso. They don't know how to eat kohol. So what happened to the kohol? They increase very fast.
Yes.
And they becomes pests. Then the multinational, again, invent a chemical to kill the kohol. Monoxide.
Yes.
See? Money making.
Grabe, di ba?
Himo naman siyang
Now.
pest to rice areas.
Now, listen, I have already many farmers telling me that the ANC is eating the plants already.
Who's NC?
The African night crawlers worms that was introduced to do the vermiculture program.
Siguro, sir,
From your country, Africa, your worms.
You know,
So you are not alone here. We have many African worms here.
African crawler earthworm.
they're very tough, you know.
Yeah, listen guys, watch out. In the next many years from now, the company will produce again the chemical to kill the earthworms.
Pwede yun sir, i-feed sa poultry. Kasi
Yes,
it's
I
a
agree.
source protein content, sir.
I agree.
Oo.
That's what natural farming is here for.
Ah.
We can capture them, feed it to the,
To the
chicken,
poultry, to the chicken.
feed it to the pork, feed it to the fowl. It can be done, but it will destroy our environment. It will first destroy our environment before we start doing that. What kind of environment did it destroy? What happened to the kohol? It's not the pest, because we're going to teach you how to get the kohol and make it into fertilizer and feeds. Now,
Sige pa na.
it's not the pest. It's not about the pest, because there is a solution if they are a pest. But what is the most dreadful thing that the kohol did is we don't have the local varieties of kohol already.
Nawala na bitaw, sir. Yung mga punggok, nawala na, sir. Kambuay.
Because this kind of kohol do not intermarry. Do not mingle with local. They want to control. They want to control.
What tree, what type of plant is that?
No, it's
Kohol
snails.
Snails.
The golden apple snails.
Oh, snails. Ah, okay.
From the French cuisine, escargot.
Ah, okay.
See? Our local snails wipe out because of them.
Kambuay mo na siya.
Which is important, the local snails or kohol or golden apple snails? Which is important? Our local, because our local had responsibility in our local environment. The golden apple snail, none. They are just here to eat and to multiply, and destroy the environment. And that is going to happen to the African that comes here.
African, sir.
Pero sila mo,
We will
yung
be careful. A pest, a
Daghan
disease.
sila sa-
African night crawlers. That's the
African night crawler
earthworms
earthworm.
that was introduced to us.
Kisa po nag-introduce anak dili, sir, kaya ang Department of Agriculture.
Yes, I know.
Oh.
You know, DA will always promote something that they will have money on it. Let's face it.
Di ka daw tanin sa gobyerno, di man tanaw daag makadaog ba?
Look.
Wala dili na.
Look, because of Bernie, what is their procurement?
Mahal,
Shredding machine? They give out shredding machine.
Yes.
They built the facility. We have one facility still for the Burmese.
We have the house alone for the Burmese, sir.
Yes, spent by DA.
Wala nga mo.
Those are procurement.
Procurement.
Kung may procurement, there is money for
Money.
Grand. Oh.
If there is money, there is a
SOP.
SOP.
yes. Under the table transaction.
Now, listen. That's why, if you still want to produce fertilizer, now, I will teach you a better way, cheaper way, faster way, and you can still earn better than burning.
Okay.
Now, I 2005 or 6, I did a seminar in Agusan through MINSAT project.
Minsan, oo. Yung sa DAR.
Yes, I was their trainer on natural farming. So we go to the all regions of Mindanao to conduct the seminar on natural farming. So it was in 2005 or 6 or 7, I think. I did a seminar in Agusan. One of the attendees who is with the government, I don't talk about government, I forgot already. Remember mo? Anyway, so he attended the seminar. So everything that I teach, he focused on the fertilizer. I call it IMO 5. I'll teach you later on how to make IMO. So he focused on IMO 5, the basal fertilizer. So after the training, what she did, she's a lady, what she did, she produces IMO 5 in volume and sell it to the farmer. That's what she did.
Very smart.
That's what she did. Now, in 2013, I was doing the seminar here. She attended again. She want to know upgrades and some other means to earn. So she attended again my seminar. And she testified when she was here. Pakitingnan mga 2013 records. Anyway, what did she say? She said this. Because of IMO 5, I was able to bring my 2 children to college. And I was able to buy a truck to haul and deliver IMO 5 ingredients.
So for the
So business.
for the chemical farmers who don't want to change, then you can supply them IMO.
See? 2 children to college. You know how expensive it is. In Manila, not in somewhere in Mindanao.
There's no free education here.
No. Except state college. There is.
Okay.
Right now, there's free education for state college. Now, listen. 2 children to college, plus he was able to buy a truck to haul and deliver IMO 5. Kumikita? Earnings?
Yes.
Malaki.
I don't know what happened now, what she did in my last seminar that he attended here. I don't know what happened. I haven't heard from her.
And he's selling it as organic fertilizer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's organic.
See?
That's a good business.
So, now, why is it not environmental friendly to do basal fertilizer? Why?
It cannot be done in large scale.
For example, the multinational, the banana industry in Mindanao, you're talking about what? Thousands and thousands of hectares.
Yes.
Can you supply them millions of sacks of fertilizer?
No, we cannot supply. Organic fertilizer.
See, that's why they don't want to go into organic agriculture, because you cannot
We can
supply the needs, their needs. That's why they don't want to. That's why they have a better future with Jadam rather than organic agriculture.
When you say Jadam, it's the same as the IMO, right?
No, you don't need the IMO 5.
Okay.
You don't need the basal fertilizer.
Okay.
Because the manure, you just throw it in the field and do the drenching of GMS, it's finished. You don't need the basal fertilizer.
So when you say the manure,
Yes.
the manure is separate from the JMS, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You pulverize the manure and scattered it
Pulverize
in the field.
means
The powder,
powder. So you just okay.
no, you shred it so that they will be pulverized.
Oh, you have to use the machine.
Shredding machine.
Uh,
You dry it,
uh-huh.
they becomes sometimes big size.
Uh-huh.
Then you shred it, they become powder. Then you scatter it in the field. You drench the GMS, finish. Let the microbes take care of it.
And if you don't do the manure, it will take a long time for the soil.
Yes, initially, that's how you do it. Now remember, when your farm goes back to its original nature, you don't need to do manure because the manure is there already. You have the birds, you have the insects, you have the microbes, you have all the life forms that are roaming around and pooping every day. What manure you want? You need no more. You just need the microbes to decompose them. And all the waste goes back to the ground. What fertilizer do you need? You just need the microbes to decompose them. That's why in the near future, it's do nothing farming. The earthworms also give you fertilizer. If you have trillions of microbes in your soil, wow, every day they poop, you can see how many fertilizer you're going to have in your soil. Am I right?
Yes.
Then sometimes you contribute a little. The more you will have poo in the soup. You saw the result? That is your goal. Bring back the nature to its original form. Like this farm, you heard a lot of birds. Don't tell me they don't poop. Oh, don't tell me they don't die. When they die, they go to the ground. They become decomposed. They become fertilizer. They become humic acid. Oh. See? That's why there is a time when almost you don't do anything anymore. But initially you have to do it because your nature had not been in the original form. There's no much life form in it because chemical kills everything. But when you bring in everything to the farm, then no need to do anything. Clear? Understood?
Yes.
But that takes time. That takes time. Klaro na ba? So that's it. That's how you take care of your farm. Any question? Any question?
So, ano man ito akong burn kasi ako
Sure.
kaos ko.
No. Listen. I will teach you first IMO 5 to replace your income. Are you doing it for business? For your farm?
Oo.
Di, ano mo na lang, ipakaon mo na lang sa
Tilapia.
hayop mo. No kidding. Kasi delikado yung farm mo. Kung dumami na yung earthworms sa lupa mo, you are going to have a problem. Kung wala masyadong predators sa lupa mo, dadami, it becomes the pest. Because farmers already telling me
Lahi tayo na siya sir sa katong natural nga pati.
lahi.
IMO.
The African explorers is like the golden apple snakes. They don't like to intermarry. They want them themselves. So they will drive off their enemies.
Patayon gid ay.
Oh. Then they eat a lot, they multiply a lot. So when they multiply a lot, when the worms become so plentiful, there's no food to eat already. What do they eat? What do they eat?
Plants.
Compost, not fresh, compost and microorganism. That's what they eat. Again, they eat compost and microorganism. Now, if there becomes plenty already in your soil and there is no compost to eat already, what happened? They will eat your plants, which is fresh, which supposedly they don't eat. But because survival of the fittest, they were forced to eat something they are not used to. So what is the initial food that they will eat? The roots, and they will come out at night and eat your plants. Like what happened to coal, the same. So if you want to do fertilizer, I'll teach you. IMO 5. Yesterday we stopped at IMO 2, right? Right?
Yes.
Then this morning we add 20% labs to the IMO 2, right?
Yes.
So that will be our IMO 2. Okay. Now, 1 liter of that IMO 2 with 20% labs, mix it to 20 liters of water.
Ayun na 5 minutes.
The IMO 2, concentrate, mix it to 20 liters water. Then the 21 liters, you mix it to 2 sacks of rice bran B2. 2 sacks of rice bran B2. Now, what is rice bran B2? What is rice bran B2? The rice bran, there is D1, there is D2. The rack 1, the rack 2. Now, what is D1? What is D2? That D1 is like powder milk. Fine, very fine. Ito yung tinatawag, this is what we call tiki-tiki. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Huwag muna kayo sige sulat kasi hindi lahat tama. Sulatin lang ninyo yun sinasabi ko because yun ang tama.
Okay.
Not everything there is right. Okay? I've developed it. Now, the measurement there is sacks, not weight. Don't mind the weight.
Sacks.
So you said IMO 2 with 20% lab.
Yes,
You
that
mix
is
it-
1 liter.
$20 now.
1 liter of IMO 2 plus 20% lab.
No. That is equivalent to 1 liter. The IMO 2 had 20% labs, 1
Lab.
liter.
Yes, okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So this 1 liter, you dilute it in 20 liters of water. You dilute it in 20 liters of water.
I'm confused.
The IMO 2 concentrate,
Uh-huh.
which had 20% labs in it already,
Uh-huh.
the 1 liter. Okay?
1 liter concentrate
Yes.
with 20% lab.
Inside,
Yes.
the 1 liter.
Okay. Yes.
Okay? This 1 liter,
Ah.
you mix it to 20 liters of water.
Okay.
Okay?
Ano ba ganito?
Then, it becomes 21 liters. Tama?
Okay.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Now, this 21 liters,
Uh-huh.
you mix it to 2 sacks. The measurement is sacks.
Uh,
No? 2 sacks of rice bran D2. Now, what is rice bran D2? The D1 is the tiki-tiki. The D2 is semi-coarse.
2 sacks.
If your area, you have rice mill that is just backyard, they cannot produce the tiki-tiki or D1. They can produce the D2, which is semi-coarse, medyo magaspang. Yan ang D2. The D2 is cheaper than the D1. Only big millers can produce the D1. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so mix it with 2 sacks of rice bran D2.
D2.
Mix. Now, how do you mix it? Like you are mixing cement. How do you mix cement? You put aside, then put in the water in the middle, and slowly the cement, you put it back with the water, mix it with the water. That's how you do it here with the rice bran. Okay? Okay? Claro? Why question?
Wala.
Okay. After mixing everything, cover it. What do you cover it with? Anything that is like tarpaulin, like laminated sacks, anything that you can cover. Okay? Now, leave it for 3 days. Leave it for 3 days.
Ano raw siya sa kwan? Yut. Asa man siya i-mix sa yuta lang?
It can be in the soil. You can mix it in the soil or mix it in the cement floor. It's up to you. I'll always mix it in the soil because of the soil and microbes also. Okay. So now you have to mount it. You have to mount it.
Pagugduhon.
O, pamunduhon. Okay?
Mixer, mount.
After mixing, you mount it and cover it with something. And leave it for 3 days. The covering is just so that when it rains, it will not go directly to your mixture. And also to propagate fermentation. The covering. Okay, leave it for 3 days. After 3 days, when you open it, you will see molds on top, on the surface of the rice bran. You will see molds on the surface of the rice bran. And when you put your finger inside the rice bran, the heat is around 38 to 40 degrees. Ilanat.
Ilan ka niya?
3 days.
After 3 days.
So 38 to 40 degrees. Okay? Clear? That will be your IMO 3. The Japanese call it bokashi. Listen, the Japanese call it bokashi. This is your bokashi. It's a Japanese term. The IMO 3 is the Japanese bokashi. Okay? So that will be your IMO 3. Now, the IMO 3 mix 2 sacks of soil. Now, listen. Again, the first rice bran, you use the sacks. The same size of sacks that you use here in the soil. All the weight should be the same size of sacks. So that's the volume, not the weight. It's the volume of sacks. So add 2 sacks of soil. Now what kind of soil? Any kind of soil.
IMO 3, sir, we add to mix another, soil. 2 sacks of soil.
The result of the rice bran is IMO 3, right?
Oh.
The IMO 3, Add 2 sacks of soil.
Add 2 sacks.
Dapat wala din na siya na i-group. Ano, sir?
What kind of soil, sir?
Kailangan yung soil hindi pa na tamaan ng yung pesticide.
No. Any kind of soil in your farm.
Any kind of soil di ay.
If it's possible, the compost soil is better, but if you don't have any kind of soil in the farm,
Dili masaglan og sagbot, pwede ra.
wala mang kaso.
Pwede ra og masagdan sagbot.
Wala mang kaso. Ang sapot mo, decompose lang man siya. Okay? Add 2 sacks. Mix it. Again, when you mix it, it has to be mounted. Okay? Then cover it again. Cover it again. Leave it overnight. Leave it overnight. Isang gabi lang. So after overnight, the next day, when you open it, that will be your IMO 4. That will be your IMO 4. Okay? Now, the IMO 4 mixed with 4 sacks of manure. Now, this is analysis data on the manure. Look,
Sir, the IMO4 mix again with
4 sacks of manure. These are the analysis data of
4
the
sacks
manure.
of manure.
Later on, you just look at the PowerPoint here. Mamaya mo na sulatan. Look, mas importante yung makinig kayo. Look, this is the analysis data of different kind of manures. From the information, I will not use the horse manure solo. Look at the manure of horse.
0.07 N.
Maayo, chicken manure.
0 potassium.
See, that's why I will not use 100% the 4 sacks. I will not use 100% horse manure. But I can mix the horse manure to any kind of
O
manure.
manure o chicken manure di ang mga yun.
Now listen. We take one by one. You just look at, listen to me. So if you have more horse manure, the maximum you can mix is 20% only of the 4 sacks. 20% only. Okay? Okay? Okay. Now, so it can be any kind of manure. Now, I will suggest the best for me is cow manure.
Cow?
Okay? Because cow manure in the Philippines are grass-fed, not corn-fed.
Pero daghan may sagbot manoro kasagaran sa sa baka, sir. Kanang parehas lang din sa among area nga dili bitaw sila kuan. Mas maraming grass na tumutubo sa manure ng baka.
I agree. But we are doing thermal. Mamatay ang seeds.
Lagi.
Mamatay ang seeds. Now, so anyway, if you have goat, you have lambs, everything is okay. Any kind of manure is okay. You can use it. But again, do not use horse manure as solo for sack. It will be only 20%.
Isublening tayo sa kabayo.
Kasi hindi maganda ang NPK niya.
Dino na,
Wala ka
naititanos na.
potassium. 0 po doon.
Tayo, naititanos. Kabayo.
Okay?
Zero.
How about Carabao, sir?
Zero siya sa
Carabao and cow are almost the same. So, for their areas, if they have many carabaos, good
Pero,
enough.
sir, good manure is high in NPK, sir, of 1.77, then P
Now,
1.67.
listen. I will not try to look at this analysis as my basis.
Ah,
Because you don't know the analysis, how they do it. Remember, when we are going to process it through microorganisms, then it will change the whole structure. Okay? Now, that's why I'm just letting you see this because of this horse manure. My concern is just horse manure. That's all. Okay? Okay? Now, listen. How do you use the manure? This is how you do it. First, sun dry it just one day.
Sun dry.
Sun dry. One whole day, sun dry it. Huwag mo lalagay sa shaded. It should be an open field. Just one day, sun dry it. Now, anong purpose ng sun dry?
Pag-uga.
What is the purpose of sun drying the manure?
Pagkuha sa ihang moisture content siguro.
Not only that.
Para mapulverize ko siya.
Not only that.
Ay, mamatay acids.
Hindi.
Mamatay ang mga kagaw.
Para so that the non-beneficial microbes will be wiped out. That is your first security. How to wipe out non-beneficial microbes in manure. Sun drying. Clear?
Unfortunately, most of them, I mean, they say you should put it in a shade because the sun will kill all the good organic matter will evaporate.
No, there are only microbes
Oh.
will be eliminated. Okay? Now, so then these are the manure. 4 sacks, you add it here. Okay?
4 sacks.
Yes. Now,
Pwede sa bulon, sir.
wala pa. Di pa. Just wait.
Yung mga makutag, makulan tag, kumuan anak, kumita na sila.
Okay. Now, before you mix the IMO4 and the manure, before you mix them, prepare 1 liter of FPJ,
Before
any kind.
we mix the manure,
1 liter of
FPJ.
one,
So this FPJ is good if you use the kangkong, alokbate, kamote, talinum, and the banana trunk. They are good.
and then
Okay, this is the FPJ. Then 1 liter of KAA. You see that KAA? What is KAA?
then 1
Cal-
liter.
Kohol
Kohol,
amino acid.
What's that?
Snails.
Oh.
The snail that we have in the rice field in the Philippines.
Oh.
Now, later on, I'll teach you how to do the snail amino acid, okay?
okay.
Now, 1 liter also. Now, if you don't have kohol amino acid, if you don't have a lot, and you have fish amino acid, you can mix the two together. But as much as possible, I would like you to do the kohol amino acid because of humic acid. In kohol, in snails, there are a lot of humic acid in snails. Clear? Clear? Now, where am I? Okay. So 1 liter of FPJ, 1 liter of amino acid. You mix these two together, you have 2 liters. These 2 liters, you mix it to 30 liters of water. These 2 liters, you mix it to 30 liters of water. 30 liters of water. So it becomes 32 liters, right?
Okay.
Okay, now, so what you do? Look at me now. This is your IMO4. Then, beside the IMO 4, you put in the 4 sacks of manure. Then, 2 people will mix the IMO 4 and manure. And 1 will pour in the water.
3 person can...
So, mix again, pour water, mix again, pour water, mix again, pour water, until all the waters are mixed with the mixture of 4 sacks, IMO 4, and 4 sacks of manure. Clear? Kailangan ubusin yung tubig. Clear? So, mix everything up.
Yung 32 liters, puro itlog mix.
Okay? Clear?
So, sir, anong gagamitin namin sa paghalo? Pwede gumamit ng pala or...
Paano ka maghalo kung hindi pala ang gawin?
lagi Aba, akala ko kamayin lang mo.
Wait, kadaga na! Okay. Now, after mixing everything, again, mount it. No, it just mount it. Okay? Kailangan mount. Bakit? So that it will heat up. You have to mount it so that it will heat up. You want the heating. Kailangan uminit. So you have to mount it. It cannot be flat.
Mounted, ni
You
cover.
have to mount it. Then cover it.
Cover it.
Cover it. Okay. Leave it for 10 days. Leave it for 10 days. Okay. On the 7th day of the 10 days, on the 7th day of the 10 days, you open it up, and you turn the pile upside down. It means the one inside, you let it out, and the one on the surface, you let it in. So that the one on the surface will also be cooked. By this time, the heat is very high. By the 7th day, the heat is very high.
So,
Mainit. Babaliktad mo lang. Yung nasa taas, nasa loob, ang loob, nasa taas.
so kuanin mo niya, ibalik na po
Mount.
mount
Then cover it again.
in the 7th day.
Yeah, just one turn. Okay? Okay. Now, on the 11th day, that's the time you open it up. You see it will be steaming with hot heat.
Isa to, sir. Sa on the 7th day of 10 days, ato and turn it upside down para
Ibaliktad mo lang.
Ibaliktad. Then cover it naman. Oh.
I-mount, then cover it again.
Open it na in 11th day.
Then, on the 11th day, you open it, you see that there will be steaming. There will be heat coming out. If you put your hands inside, it's around 60 to 70 degrees. Ganyan kainit. Boiling point,
70 degrees na, sir.
60 to 70. So this point, this heat will wipe out the seeds. In this temperature, it will wipe out the seeds. Seeds will never grow. And it will kill also bad bacteria. So you have two security in controlling bad bacteria on the manure. One is the sun drying. The second one is the thermal composting.
So pag sir, sa paghalo ni mga tupoy, ana nakasalando nga area.
Hindi, pwede man sa...
Pwede rin hapon sa open area.
Claro.
If you don't have the ingredients like brand 2D, we don't have that.
You can try starch. Any starch. You can even try, okay, the coconut, but you have to shred it.
We have corn.
You have corn, yeah. Corn is not so attractive with microbes. We want fast multiplication. Corn will be very slow, but you can try.
Corn bran.
Yeah,
Pwede na to eh.
you can try.
So after 11 days, sir, pwede na.
If you don't want to use it, don't just cover it up. You can harvest it 15 days, 20 days.
Okay ra.
Okay ra.
Pwede mo siya i-store lang, sir.
You can store it, but
But cover it.
if you store it, you have to spread it out, let the heat disappear before you store it in sacks, or else your sacks will be burned because of the heat. Okay?
Mauna ning unsa na ni sir?
IMO 5
That will be your IMO 5.
How long
IMO.
ang storing period, sir?
Long.
Very long.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months.
Continue ra gyud na siya. Kamay 1,
Clear?
3. Mao man ang imong pangutanang hapon.
But if I don't want to make this,
That's why I told you, you don't need to make it.
okay.
It's just, I have to teach this lady to
Okay.
change his ways
All right.
by using the Burmese as his tools to do fertilizer. So this is the way to do it. Her fertilizer.
So it is already a basal fertilizer, sir.
Yes.
So this is now the composting you shared to us instead of vermicomposting
Yes.
or trichoderma composting.
Yes.
It's thermal composting.
Yes.
Ah,
But still, you don't need it.
what, sir?
You don't need it still. Because still, it's work. Also, you have to look for, in the inputs and the soil. If you take out soil from some, where are you going to take the soil? You have to dig a hole. What you'll do with the hole?
That's why it's not environmental friendly. You cannot do this big scale. See? That's why multinational do not want to go into organic agriculture.
But benefits, sir. There's a lot of benefit also. For this.
Now, for small scale, you can do this, no problem. For small scale. But for big scale, you cannot do it.
Oh, okay.
How can you produce millions of sacks of this
Manures.
kind of fertilizer
Ready, sir.
when that is the requirement of the multinational for 1 year?
Ready, listen.
But you only apply this once, di ba, sir? In
Yes.
You know,
During
with mulching only, within 3 months, we open the mulch. You see a lot of different.
when you do mulching, in less than 3 months time, the mulching is already becomes fertilizer.
That's what I'm saying. And if when we took out we lifted up the mulch, underneath.
You will
Too many-
never see the mulch already. It disappeared already for 3 months.
For 1 month, sir, it's already...
For 1 month, it's almost decomposed already.
But if we apply it with IMO, 1 month,
Yes,
siguro decomposed
within
na
1
tayo.
month, it's decomposed. Even less than 1 month, it's decomposed already. Clear? Okay, we will have a break.
So what kind of organic fertilizers, sir, we have to produce so that we can distribute it to organic farmer? Mga kanang
If
dali
you-
ko ma-produce.
No, if you teach Jedam, then you don't need to produce the fertilizer.
Kung GDAM, okay, microorganism.
You just need to produce the JMS, JLF. That's all. The manure, you sun dry it and you pulverize it and you throw it in the field and you do the drenching of JMS, then finish. That's how simple is it. Nandiyan daw. Then, with the spraying of the microbes, you are inviting the earthworms to go to your farm? Yes. You'll be inviting earthworms to go to your farm.
They
And the
eat
earthworms-
microbes, sir.
Huh?
They eat the microbes.
Yes.
That's why they stay there.
Yes. So you will invite the earthworms to your farm, and when the earthworms in your farm and they have food to eat, they will multiply and multiply and multiply, and the more they eat, the more they multiply, then you will have abundant earthworms in your farm. Then they will be the one to give you fertilizer. The insects will be the one to give you fertilizer. When they die, they become fertilizer. What else do you need? You don't need fertilizer anymore. You understand?
Yes.
Yes.
The farmers will make difficulty in collecting manure, sir, because we have only 2 carabaos.
Wait, the 2 carabao is good enough for 1 hectare.
Oh, 2 carabaos?
Yes, you can call. Every day they manure, and they manure big size.
Ay,
Yes.
oo.
Every day you get their manure, you can easily more than 1 hectare. You can produce more than 1 hectare of fertilizer already.
You know, if they really want to have this manure, there's another one. It's the Indian system, zero budget natural farming, and they take 10 kilo of cow manure and 5 liters of urine from the cow,
Yeah.
and then they put
Water.
in water,
Yeah.
and
I will put it in sacks,
yeah.
and I will soak it in the water for a few days, and out of it, that's the fertilizer already.
10 kilo of cow manure, they say, is enough for 1 acre. So 20 kilos, 50 kilos for 1 hectare.
See? That's why, guys, you don't need, it's so simple. You just need to understand the nature. Once you understand the nature, then if you apply it, then it will be very, very simple. Clear?
Clear.
Clear.
Thank you.
Okay, your snacks. Go and get your snacks.
Okay.